Hello everyone, Darius here, and I've got a small review for you today. So recently I went to the cinema to see a documentary on Amy Winehouse's life, and not to say that I'm a big fan, but I really enjoy her music. I love the lyrics, and as an artist she's deeply inspirational on many levels. As a person, that's a different story. So basically, a documentary is done in chronological order, so you can see her from her early years, like from 18, 19, when she started her career, basically, to the point of her death. And that's played a huge role on how many people really feel about that movie. For me, personally, I knew some stuff about Amy Winehouse. I read her biography and I listen to her music and I read the lyrics because I think it's important. For example, that's very interesting. She used to call her depression, she suffered from depression by the way, so her depression she called black, like I'm going black. I love when people play the words. I think it's important, especially as an artist who writes songs themselves and then writes music to the lyrics they wrote, and that's beautiful. So for me, seeing her very young, seeing her sing at her family events, for example, the movie, it's not a spoiler, I think many of you saw it if you're here right now. It starts with her singing Happy Birthday on one of her family celebrations, and her voice is just, it's like raw talent, and you've got shivers running down your whole body just from listening to that, and that's incredible. And then you're like, she's so precious in her own way. Do you understand what I mean? Like, she's so special. No, not many people exist like that. And I know I'm very biased because I watched the movie, I am a human being, I am very sensitive to other people's pain, and then they're not dealing with it very well, I get sad too. So throughout the years, you watch her do stuff in that movie. They showed a lot of controversial stuff, and a lot of it, I think it was well balanced with whatever she has done at the time, and like what made her do certain stuff. For example, her at the time boyfriend, then husband Blake, and I think he wasn't very good for her, but then I tried to understand her throughout the movie. When I saw her talk, or like from certain interviews, or from just the songs we represented in the movie, to try to relate to her on some level. I think in many ways, of course, she had depression. That's what needs to be treated. But she didn't want to understand why, because she said that the medication made her feel loopy, and that's what most people describe it as, what it makes you feel like. And she said that her music suffered from it, and I can stand it too. And I think between choosing to suffer a lot from a mental illness, which is very serious, to not feel much of anything at all, I think suffering is better on some level. I know I don't have a depression, and it's hard for me to tell, like, many people probably get angry with me, like, what are you talking about? It's a serious issue. But listen, if you live your whole long life not really feeling like whatever's happened to you is real, I think it's better to live a short life but full of emotions and full of whatever you're feeling, pain. That's the thing about pain, it demands to be felt, right? Sorry, I need to charge my battery. I was listening to different people in the movie. By the way, they made, like, it was a very clever idea to just put a footage of her interviews, concerts, and some family videos, and overlay it with interviews of people from her life, like people who were close to her. And when I was listening to them, she had two best friends who loved her deeply. From what I've heard, they said so anyway, and from their voices you could hear the emotions that they're still suffering. And I was like, could you possibly help her? Can you please help her? Just please help her, please, somebody, just please help her. And I know it's stupid because she's gone, she died 4 years ago, and you can't bring somebody back, but by watching like a certain event of her life, you just... I'm a compassionate person. I was trying very hard to keep it together, but I really wanted to help her somehow. And I was like, if I was close to her, like if I was a close family friend, could I do that? Could I? I'm not sure I could have, because she seemed to be that kind of person who, as I told you, could only help herself, and nobody else really could have done that. I got so many mixed emotions about all of this. Like, you have no idea. I don't necessarily think that what she did was good, or what she did was understandable, or what she did was horribly wrong and she was stupid for doing that. I have so many mixed feelings and I still can't quite figure it out. And that's what's bothering me so much, because it should be easy, right? To just claim that the person is a drug addict, drunkhead, and she deserved whatever fate she got. She was an exceptional artist, and whatever she did as a person shouldn't matter. It's the same way with every artist, except for Chris Brown, because he's just mental. Music is incredible form of communication with people, or, you know, even if you just have an aim to make everybody dance, it's great, do your thing. Don't judge me for the things that I do in my personal time. Judge me for my final results of my work, and that's what I encourage everyone to do. Just do a thing and don't judge others. And that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I thought in this video I would bring my weekly favorites. My favorite song of the week is Body and Soul by Tony Bennett and Amy Winehouse. It's a beautiful song, it's quite old, but I really like it. It brings all the, you know, jazzy feelings, and you're just so relaxed. My favorite book of the week is The Long Walk by Stephen King, and I think that's what I'm going to do a review on next, because it's a great book, and I think I should say something about it because it really moved me. And my favorite movie of the week is obviously Amy, but I also saw Funny Girl. I'm not sure I liked it. I love the music, I know the songs, I love the songs, but the whole thing is just, I don't know how I feel about it really. So yeah, thank you for watching, bye!